Hello everyone, I started coughing just as I was about to press the change scene button. Hello everyone, welcome back to Crypto Warehouse, to another Simple Signal stream. In this stream, we're going to be going over not as many coins as it was last stream, because last stream did get a bit excessive. You know, there was so many coins I need to look at in one go. I can assure you, it's not going to be a stream. The stream isn't going to last that long. Okay, not as long as like I said last stream. Last stream it wasn't. I mean, to be fair, in comparison to my previous streams, it wasn't anything too crazy, but I will keep it, you know, a bit more concise because it did go on for a bit long. But welcome everyone to the stream. Glad to see some faces. That's what you said. Just me waiting for you, Brogan, to see how finished you are. And Jason is here. Hello, Jason. I'm excited to get into some TA, especially with Jupe, and I know we've been talking on Telegram. With that being said, do go check the descriptions out. I don't want to keep the intros too long because I always do a terribly long intro, or I did do in the videos anyway. So I'm not going to do that. Just check the description out. There's links there. If it's not there, it wasn't that important. Telegram, check the Telegram out. If you're in Binance, do go check the Telegram out. If you've not already joined, we do talk quite often. That's pretty much the only place you can go talk to us there. So if you do want to come in contact with me on mic, do go to the Telegram. We do talk about many things. We have numerous of areas, so do go check it out. Kishan, hello Kishan, hello. You know what? It's the three musketeers, the three people in my heart. I'm gonna. Do you know what? There's a battle within me right now. If I open the window, it might be really loud on the microphone. It's really hot in here. Give me 1 second. I literally did this last stream. Okay, I'm back. I just opened my window quickly because it's absolutely too hot in here. It's way too hot. But the markets, there's a lot to get into. There is so much to get into. Apparently, I put the wrong stream on live on YouTube, which is a shame. But we're gonna have to go with it. That's okay. Let me quickly change some of the information on the stream to make it mine. Hold on. There we go. Perfect. Alright, so I've hijacked the stream for tomorrow by accident because there's been more. Problem is, he sets up like 7 streams in advance. There's like 4 of them I could have chosen. I think I've chosen the one for tomorrow. So hopefully he can change the one for for tomorrow. But I'm not gonna let that get in the way. Let's just get on to quickly look at CoinMarketCap. I just want to see some of the green numbers because I want to. But only one long till 52.4k. What are you longing at 52.4? Or are you longing to? Oh, okay, right. We'll get into it. I'll have a look. Let me hide some things because the YouTube chat is very, very small on my screen. I'm trying to move everything out of the way. There we go. Perfect. Okay, perfect. All right. So I've got everything up. So quickly look at CoinMarketCap. Just see percentages. What's going on? It's been a pretty good day today. Now, when I was saying last stream about, you know, Bitcoin going up towards, you know, 51.7k, and, you know, kind of going to the areas we thought it would go to, I didn't really know when it was going to play out properly because, you know, I say this a lot on all the streams. I can, you know, do all the things I normally do on stream, and look at all the data I normally do, but it doesn't really give a gauge of where exactly the coin's going to go in terms of how long it's going to take to go there. Still arranging my screen. With the introduction of Binance, it's like economies of scale. The additional new platform it makes me have to do so many more things. But I think it should be okay now. So, but like I was saying, it doesn't really, you know, provide a time frame really for how long it's going to take. So I don't really know if Bitcoin was going to take a couple of days to do this, maybe 2 days, whatever. Well, you know, since Monday, it's Wednesday now. It's pretty much happened within the course of today, or a lot between today and probably end of yesterday. But I have been putting screenshots in training in the trading area on Telegram. We have been talking there. But again, like I was saying, it kind of has played out. So I do, more importantly, want to update the main coins we normally do because, you know, every stream I normally like to update Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, and then do some of the other coins. But you know, today I think it's even more important than any to update these coins to see, because I've looked at Bitcoin, I haven't actually looked at Ethereum or Solana in terms of where we reckoned last stream it'd go to, if in the case that Bitcoin was to go to where we pretty much all thought it would go to. But you know, we can see on the 24-hour we are 5.24% up, which makes sense. We've absolutely just broken all the boundaries. 7-day 20% up, or 18% up for Bitcoin. That is pretty crazy. Let me close that. There we go. Kisha said, "Boy, are you in copy trading?" I am. I don't know if it's working. I have the balance on Fairdesk. Oh yeah, by the way, I think the link's in the description. I think that's why I was confused before I started the stream, because I couldn't actually see the link in the description. Obviously, it now comes to fruition that I'm actually on the wrong stream, but still, regardless. The link, obviously, if you haven't checked it out, should be there. I am in the copy trading. I think it's working, but I'm still. It's been a bit muddy so far, and there's been a lot of changes going on. And we're in talks with some other things and some other people, so it's a bit messy. I can probably post you up. My Telegram blocked by the government. I can't message you at Telegram. I'm sorry to hear that. We might have. I don't actually know what all the links are in the description. There might be a Discord. I don't know. That is. It's great. That is a sentence I never expected to read in each chat. That someone's Telegram got blocked by the government. Hopefully all is well. In terms of coming in contact with us, I was about to send, because me and Mike, we've been talking to some people. Things have been going on in the background. We haven't, said it because it's not fully confirmed yet. But I could probably post it in Telegram. Obviously, for the fact that you can't actually access Telegram, it'd be a bit, sticky. But I think there's a Discord link in the description. There might be. I can post it in the chat by the end of the stream, so you can actually talk there. But I'll post some things which we're talking about with some other people. I'll post some screenshots. But the copy trading, yes, it is getting sorted. It is all very oh, email, yeah, that's a good idea. It is all very complicated right now. But we're getting it sorted, and if we do get it sorted, then I'm sure everything will be good, and copy trading will be working. But anyway, okay, I'm going to continue now. I don't want to halt the stream. I'm sorry I'm being a bit quiet and just talking about what's going on in the comments. Let's just go on to. I think we should go on the charts. I like to actually no. One thing. I can't fill by name. I can't fill by name. Perfect. Where is it? Come on, where is it? There it is. We are up on 4chain. What did I say? I know it is my little sneaky thing. People obviously look at maybe like Jim Cramer and look at the reverse thing there. But for me, that might have oh yeah, you look at a person and what he says, and then we go off his trades in terms of this reverse Cramer idea. My personal one is look at ThorChain. If ThorChain's going up in general, then we're having a good day. Obviously, it is stupid and it is a joke, but I do like to keep in with the joke and look at ThorChain every single stream and see where it's going to. For 1 month, I'm trying to contact. I mailed to Mike. That's a different dispute between Mike there. I believe there will be a pullback, or we're going high. Well, we'll just going on to that right now. I always like to have the understanding that we can't just constantly be going up forever, and we will have retractments. Similar to I think I was saying at the time we were constantly going up. I think I was saying at the time over here, obviously in previous streams, that 50,000 is going to be a huge number. So this is going to be the point where we do retract a bit, and we did obviously bounce off 48.2 around here. I believe this was a fair value gap as well, which we entered and kind of bounced up. I've been sending screenshots throughout the day. We have respected. There was kind of two prices I was looking at to try and see some sort of resistance or support for Bitcoin. Obviously, one was we talked about it last stream. One was 51.5, pretty much 51.590. I'll just make it easier, and 51.790. So this $200 area above here, I could have probably drawn a box, but I didn't. Where we were going to kind of see, our resistance and eventually support, which we can see here, kind of play. So we did see that. We had a couple hours of respecting the 51.5, 51.6 ish price point, which we bounced off, constantly. Broke above that with some high sweeps up here. Obviously, it wasn't enough to break us down. It wasn't enough to break us above both resistance points. So now we're kind of just sitting in. Move that out of the way. There we go. I'm trying to shimmy everything across so I can see all the chats on my screen. Let me get rid of that. Oh wait! Oh my god! I'm a genius. Okay, I can move that out of the way. Hold on. Hold on a minute. Sorting things out. All right, perfect. There we go. I've solved all the problems now. Okay, cool. So back to the stream. So we are within these ranges right now. This about $200 range, $230 range. However, we're seeing, obviously this is going to happen with candles. We're going to see a bit of a break. We're going to go above and below, but generally we're going to see our candles print out within this range. In terms of, are we going to see ourselves break above? And as Warmaster, as you were saying, are we going to continue to go up? Well, I think that I'm going to point out. We discovered a new area for our price, 51.9. Because we had these two resistance points which we were aware of, coming into this movement. We knew that these price points were going to be something we're going to see, resistance and or support at, and we have. But we went as far as 52k was pretty much where we went as far as. Obviously, I'm going to point that out, pretty importantly, because all these round numbers are just. There we go, put that there. These round numbers are always going to be very, very important. So like 50,000, if I go to 50,000, there was always going to be something down here, yeah, and it's quite far down. 51, for example, we bounced back off that. We had huge movement upwards for Bitcoin, bounced off of where we thought was going to kind of go to, came all the way down to 50k or 51k, which is why I was trying to say we didn't see 51k as a resistance point. We kind of just ignored it with this huge movement upwards, but we did come back down to it and touch it as resistance, as support. So these numbers, even if they don't fully explicitly all the time become resistance and support zones, we do still recognize them as price points with this 51,000 bounce off of as support. But going back to where we are right now, 52k. So we've got these two price areas. So 52k was the highest we saw within this little spurt within today. Basically from the start of today till now, the highest we saw today was 52k. But we saw that both twice here, and we retracted back to 51.9k. So I could see 51.9k being our resistance point, because obviously we retracted back to it. So we're not going to see. We could see a quick move upwards to 52k, but there's still some prices keeping us down. No matter, even if it feels like we've escaped the what's it called? We've gone to the space and we're kind of just floating around now. And all it now is a matter of time before we reach 80k, wherever it may be, 60k. Obviously, as Mike put a poll in on YouTube, but it's not quite the case. There's still going to be resistance points as we go up, and these two are kind of the ones I see currently. Obviously, I don't. This is the 1 hour, so this 24 candles. So and that 24 candles is quite a lot of candles. So we will probably see ourselves kind of finalize with these resistance support zones within the next 24 candles, which will be tomorrow night. So we're basically within the rest of today and tomorrow. We might see ourselves break out. Now, if I'd have to go back really far to see if there's anything. I'll probably go on the 4 hour to do this. Last time we were at this price point, it's too far back. I'm on the 4 hour. I suppose you could say that I can't be bothered. But I could go all the way back to. There we go. Zoom in properly. Could go all the way back to when we saw these price points. See if there's any previous consistent price point where we saw resistance or support. It's quite far away. I can't really bother to do that. I don't want to do it within the 1 hour to see, to try to leave all variables untouched. I want to stay within the same time frame, but it's too far away. I can't be bothered. Looks like we are retracting back down to our resistance point. So like I was saying, we do have 51, pretty much 51.8, 51.9, and 52. Kind of this big sandwich of keeping us down. So as I was saying, it's not like we're in a continuous range or we're going down where we can see previous price points quite close to where we are right now, which have been resistance or support. Right now we're kind of in this huge movement, which makes sense. I'd have to go really far back to try and find previous resistance or support zones, which I'm not going to bother to do. The only thing which I can really say right now, as in could we see ourselves break out of these resistance points, would be using market cipher. So if we quickly look at market cipher, we're still quite overbought. I think that the start of this overbought situation was this huge movement upwards, kind of keeping us all the way up. So last time we had this sort of movement, and now I said this at the time as well, and the difference between when we had the ETF news, which was this big artificial movement upwards towards about 50k, 49k. was we had multiple green wicks upwards. I can probably go all the way back. Is about here, wasn't it? We had these big green wicks upward, and candles basically just bring us up. We didn't really have a lot of red candles testing support. And as Mike always says, when talking about ladders, you always have to test the ring below you and whatnot. I've definitely paraphrased that way too much. But we had these huge candles, moving us upwards. It wasn't really a slow and steady movement. But now with this case, and as I've many a time pointed out on numerous streams previously, maybe like 5 streams. No, it probably wasn't 5 streams. It was actually probably like 3 streams, maybe. Basically, when I covered this movement, it actually might not have been. It might only be 3 streams. The difference between then and now is this consistent movement upwards of we move up some green wicks and then we go on we go a bit red, but we hit a support, a short-term support point, and we'll continue going up. And it was a slow movement upwards towards this price point. And obviously, resistance was very, very high up because over a longer term period, because back here we kind of figured out where our price was going to go to. And the difference between over here and here is so much. So obviously we had a lot of free room to move upwards, which made it quite easy for us to have this consistent move upwards. But the point I'm trying to make is we had a very easy, normal, regular movement. It wasn't, it didn't take us like 4 candles within the 4 hours to move us all the way up, because that would have been ridiculous. It was a normal movement upwards. So the difference between, obviously, like I was saying, then and now, is that this is a normal price movement where we're not going to see a quick wick all the way back downwards to 43k and everything's going to be ruined. But within today, we see about maybe 3 green candles over here. I suppose you could point out 3, where we've just completely moved upwards 5%. And obviously last time we did this, it wasn't really last time, but last time we kind of see these big green wicks. So we had two green candles over here. Obviously, we hovered a bit and then we came back down a bit to test and then carried on going. We had a similar situation here, two big candles upwards, and now we're going to hover here. So the way I kind of see it going, because obviously charts are always patterns. Everything's a pattern. This is natural. This isn't like a formula. This is based off. At the end of the day, people are buying and people are selling. So whether it be through the confidence of an indicator or a chart pattern or not, it's just patterns and whatnot are just translations of how people are interacting with the market. And you have to try and recognize patterns in whatever price action you see. So the pattern I can kind of see going with Bitcoin is we had this huge movement upwards, we hovered and we came back down to test, and then we moved back upwards. So in the current situation, to try and apply this, we have a huge movement upwards, a hoverage, a test maybe towards 50k, maybe here or here, somewhere in this area, and then continue to go upwards past. So that's kind of how I see it going for Bitcoin. So that's kind of my initial assessment. Let me move this a bit more so I can see the chart easier. There we go. Also, I've left everyone in dark. Let me read some comments. One love crypto, my Valentine crypto. Yeah, I think for a couple of people, especially me and my heart, crypto has been my Valentine. With some other people as well. Mohammed says, hi and good evening to all. Happy Valentine. Happy Valentine to you too. Happy Valentine to everybody out there, whether you've got someone for you or not. Crypto Warehouse will always be there for you. Whether you're in the darkest moments of the best times of your life, we will always be here to draw the charts with you. So don't worry. I've also just refreshed the entire Binance chat. So I think some of you maybe are actually saying something substantial, maybe some coins. And I always try and point this out. If you want a coin covering, I haven't actually said this yet at this stream. If you want a coin covering or anything covered or anything, if you want to ask me a question about what I'm currently doing, just put it in the chat. Especially, and if you're on Binance, put it a couple times. Just make sure I try and see it because things move quite fast. So do put that again. Also, but as I was just saying as well, I've just refreshed the comments, so they've all disappeared. So if you did just put some, just make sure you try and put it again if you do want me to see it. But back to what I was saying. Let me make this a different colour so we can see it a bit easier. Let's make it. Green's a bit difficult. Make it purple. Purple's nice. So my application. Actually, you know what? Let me just copy paste it. Oops. There you go. Copy pasting would be easier, and then try and kind of maneuver it. Oh wow! Look at that. Jesus Christ! You can't write this. Honestly, I never do any charts before the stream. It just comes to me. This is just brilliant, isn't it? That is literally what I just drew. Wow. That, you know what? That is lovely. So I've just copy pasted. I haven't moved it. I've just copy pasted this line here, You know, it'd be really easy if I hid everything. It's very hard to see what's going on. Okay, let me hide some things. There we go. Maybe it's a slightly bit easier now. So it's kind of shrouded behind the candles. But if anyone was, you know, hopefully, I'm impressed with what just happened. Okay, that was amazing. I just copy pasted this kind of movement for the price and laid it over what we've just happened. So we can see. Wow, do you know what? I just love that happening. It's same with the Solana thing. It's just you draw something, and it just happens so well. And then you try and, you know, forecast the price by a previous drawing, and it just happens that perfectly. And it was, and if I go back to simple significance, the best indicator on TradingView, we can see it was directly where I went, about 52, or 50,002, 200. Got the coughs there, I don't know what's going on. I'm not ill or anything, I'm just... I need some water. Oh. Anyway, back to what I was saying. So what I just drew, we have this movement upwards, like back here, 2 candle movements, a hoverage at a considerable resistance point. Obviously at this point it was 50k. So the difference between then and now is 50k is a lot larger. To go from, like I was saying during as it was live, I don't know what's happening with my voice. As I was saying, it was live. 49.90, let's say, to 50k is a lot larger than it is going from, let's say, you know, 51.5 to 52. 52 is still going to be huge, but, you know, going from 51.5, let's say, to 51.7, it's not. It's within the range of, you know, within this price. You know, you've got the 51k to 52k, and within that range, we're within that with the 51.5 to 51.7. So it's not as substantial as, like I said, it's not as substantial as going from 49.9 to 50k. However, it is pretty applicable, and it lies pretty exactly on the 51.77 line. Obviously, this was a bit rough. If I straighten out this line, we can see it goes exactly across the line I drew last stream. So if this isn't poetic, I don't know what is. And obviously, we hovered within it, because whenever I draw paths, I always like to say this, whenever I draw paths, it isn't, you know, it isn't one-to-one. The candles aren't going to, you know, hover like this. It's going to be a general movement of the price. So the way I see this, and I can probably apply the price in terms of how long it takes with this candle, or with this with this path over here, with this arrow, I suppose you can call it, this path arrow. You know, it took us however long, you know, a day basically, to go from hovering to then actually moving downwards and then continuously going back upwards. So with this, you know, we have our movement upwards, we're hovering, we're halfway through this hovering. So by the start of tomorrow, we can see ourselves go down to 50,200 and then come up again towards where I think what's going to happen. Okay, here we go. Can't I forecast candles? Isn't that something I can do? I swear you can do that. Here it is. What? Oh, I'm trying something new here. Ignore me. I want to see if I can draw like ghost feed like that. Here it is. Yeah, perfect. Oh my god, isn't that? I'm evolving as a trader. All right, so there we go. Okay, maybe it's a bit rough down here, but this is kind of how I see it going over here. It might not be as accurate, but we can see, you know, we have this is where I see our candles moving. We have our movement, you know, across continuously within this range. Our move downwards towards, you know, our 50,200, and then a normal movement upwards to 50,700. And then if we follow this pattern, which has only happened, you know, I normally like to see something happen 3 times before, you know, a pattern really occurs. It's only really happened twice, but if it happens again, we could see ourselves have huge green candles upwards to about 52 something up here, above, you know, all these lines we have over here. Over here. So maybe 52.4, we could see ourselves go to 52.4, maybe something like that. Let me draw a line there. About there. So that's kind of the way I see it going for Bitcoin. You know, obviously movement, boom, retract backwards, test for somewhere, difference in day candles. Let me have a look. Yeah, I mean, it's a general movement upwards. Obviously there's going to be 24 1-hour candles for it to be a day. So I think we're going to continue to go upwards. Obviously, I haven't looked at the market cipher yet, but obviously we're heavily overbought. We do have our money flow incredibly high, and it's not looking like it's going down. So this happens over a day. So for the fact that what's happening on the 1 hour, I think -1. I think -1. I don't know what that means. I'm sorry. I think -1. -1 of what? Of what I think of what? As in like 50, 51 for? I don't know. Just send me another message. But money flow isn't going down, and it isn't green, and it's going up. That is, and obviously when you look on that, and this is on the day, by the way. So this is more important on money flow than it is on anything else, really. Obviously, it suggests to us that we're really heavily oversold or overbought. Sorry. Many bets on shorts. Yeah, I mean, as I was saying on the 1 hour, we are going to be coming down. Maybe let's say 4%. I think we are going to come down very soon. I think we're going to, bounce within this area, come down, similar to how we saw back here, and then go up again. And obviously this is on the 1 hour. On the day, our money flow is high. It's green. It's going upwards. It's not going down. So the general pattern on the day is that it's going to go up. But at 20, so let's count let's say like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's like how many candles are there over here? Actually, I can count how many things here. How many bars? So 10 hours, let's say. 16. 11. Okay, so this is 27. Wait, what did I say? 10, 16. Oh, wait. No, 10, 6. So 16, 11. Yeah. So this is 27. Yeah. So this is 27. So it takes a day for there to be 24. Obviously, 24 hours. So for this movement to occur, it's about 27 bars, let's say. So within this area, the 1 day candle will already have printed out. So as we can see on the day, we've just been going up, really. Obviously, we retracted. This was ages ago. But within this green candle, you can see, okay, we've been going up for the 1 day. But if you go back to the 1 hour, you can see we already had this movement, this pattern over here. So on the day, we're continuously going up. Again, markets after decision, we're going up. So we're continuously going up. But we have this whole retractment test go upwards movement. We had this whole action go on, while the 1 day was just suggesting us we only had 1 candle, obviously 24 hours. So I think this is going to happen again in this scenario, where we're going to go across, go down, go upwards. And all the day is going to do is it's going to go from, this is our candle. I don't know why it's red, but just make that white. There we go. So instead of it just being 1 green candle, it's going to print out again and just start like this. So on the day, it's just going to look like we're continuously going upwards. But I think we're already going to have our test and continue to go upwards and have our confirmation on the 1 hour to recognize what's going on in the day. But yeah, that's what I kind of see for Bitcoin. It says, Chris Warehouse, I'm banned on Telegram. I'm finding it difficult to reach out, please. Yeah, as Mike said, just email. It's quite hard to post in a single area. Obviously, if some people are banned. Telegram has been really good, though, for just allowing everyone to join. Obviously, I don't know if there's an allowance for circumvention in terms of making a new account. I don't know what sort of ban you got. Obviously, don't need to go into the details. But many bets on short. Yeah, so 51.2 is what you're saying. Yeah, so 51.2, so that's about, yeah, I mean, let me move that, there we go. So yeah, so we did bounce off 51.2 numerous times, so yeah, we probably can come down. However, I think over the trend here, the entire trend, is, because we bounced off and then came back upwards to where we were, bouncing off 51.2. We did that in 1 candle on the 1 hour, so within the one, and we can see down here, we had this same scenario. We can move really quite rapidly or we can move quite heavily within this range. It's quite a general range, to be fair. I'm going to delete these candles, it's kind of annoying me. But as you were saying, we can just go down and then come back upwards. So 51.2, as we've seen, multiple times now, has been something as a support. So, as you were saying with 51.2 as shorts, yeah, I mean, we've kind of been bouncing. If I do a smaller range here, we've kind of been bouncing like this. So we can see our range kind of do this but before we see ourselves crash down to 50,200. But within this, if you want to look for like shorter term trades, absolutely. If I was to trade right now, I'd look at, okay, well, on the 1 hour we're in this range, so I'm gonna go into the 15 minute. See, I'm gonna try and find if there's anything suggesting to me that we're gonna start to go downwards. Have a short in place, and then maybe put my stop loss at 51.3. And then that'll be a pretty good trade for Bitcoin. But that's kind of what I kind of see happening for Bitcoin. Within this area, I don't know how high it's going to go. There's nothing, I can't really tell that far in the future. But I think it's just going to be a movement upwards for Bitcoin when we reach this point about tomorrow night. So in about 24 hours, like I said, we're going to see ourselves kind of reach the same position and then within maybe Friday morning, see ourselves actually start to go upwards towards 50, 52.4, maybe 50, whatever it may be, upwards. But not today. Also, to quickly look at the market cycle on the 1 hour. Money flow going upwards, really green. VWAP going upwards, about to cross a zero, pretty bullish in general. We are very oversold, but we're not above the 60 mark yet. Yet we're very close. We're very, we are very close. So what that's suggesting to me is that we're still going to keep, our head above the water. However, we're getting very close to a position where we should start to see a retractment. So what does that suggest to me? If I get my pen out, if we see our momentum kind of do this, our price will do this and kind of stay within this area. And then we could see ourselves when we're in the 60 range. Obviously it could be up here, it could be here. And then we just kind of cross and, kind of wave downwards, which is then where we're going to meet, where my pattern on the chart suggests, and kind of come down to about here. So the market cipher kind of, if we try and forecast it, obviously, this is guesswork because I can't just randomly guess what market cipher is going to do. But what market cipher is looking at to me is we're very close to becoming critically overbought, where we should see a retractment. Because below the 60 line for me, it's we're quite heavily overbought, so we should see some, slowing down. But the closer we get to 60 without it being 60, we should start to see ourselves slow down in terms of, crab, which is what we're seeing right now. And then when we cross the 60 mark and we become really heavily, overbought, and we're continuing, because the momentum could still go up even though we're doing this, because it's not really a because what the wave trend is, it's based on 2 EMAs. So how the MACD works is similar to how the wave trend works. So it's basically the EMAs need to catch up with the current price. So it could still go upwards, which will cause it to go to the 60, above the 60 mark. However, the price doesn't have to necessarily continue to go up above everything. So what I'm suggesting here is I think the momentum should start to come above the 60 mark to suggest we should go down. However, our price isn't really going to move too heavily upwards towards 52.4, let's say. I think we're going to continue to crab towards maybe the morning of tomorrow, where we should see ourselves retract down to about 50,200 for Bitcoin. So that's kind of how I see it working. Sorry, we've talked quite heavy. We're 44 minutes in the stream, so we've talked a bunch about Bitcoin. So we'll quickly do the same thing for ETH and Solana. Have a quick glance at Jupe and look at API free just to see how that's going, because that's looking pretty promising. So what I would do, quite soon, what I probably might do tomorrow. I mean, because it suggests that it's going to happen at 7 a.m. and I never wake up at 7 a.m. So what I could do right now is put a short in for Bitcoin, just ignore it and have it, higher leverage or lower leverage, so it doesn't, wake me out, and kind of just leave it there. BME2, Mr. Oracle, please. Absolutely. Let me add that to the list. Again, like I said, obviously, I don't mind streaming for a ton. Obviously, I don't want to do a bunch of coins because everyone's going to have to watch it, and etc. But I'm actually, obviously I'm confident in what I say. I'm always confident in what I say. Otherwise, I wouldn't be saying it, and I wouldn't be streaming to everybody. Again, not financial advice, but I'm actually pretty confident in this, because this is accurate. The same thing has happened twice. Like, even the amount of candles, look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we had this movement upwards, and then we came down. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, moving upwards, came down. So it's literally 1 for 1. We have 2 candles going upwards, movement across, movement downwards to test, and then go back upwards, where we have another big wick upwards. Moving upwards, where we should hopefully have another big wick upwards. So I'm actually confident in this. I don't know about you guys. I'm very confident. Not financial advice. Don't always take this with a pinch of salt. Do your own research. Let's quickly move on. The health I can spell. But take profit, then I am 2%, 2% in the reverse. Yeah, you could reverse it, just put in the same thing. I never really wake at 7 a.m. my time. Obviously, this is UTC plus 1, so it will range within what you'll say. What happened here? It happened! Hey, would you look at that? Okay, so basically, if you try and, squint your eyes and move yourself past all the ramblings and the drawings, you might see a general idea of move upwards, bounce off this fair value gap, and then moving upwards. So let me get rid of all this crazy drawings. What do we have? Moving upwards, bounce, moving upwards. you don't call me the Oracle for nothing, okay? You don't call me the Oracle for nothing. So there you go. It happened with Ethereum. I thought it would. I think I said the same thing for pretty much for Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana. And I think I can't. I looked at 8 coins yesterday. I can't remember. I said it to Mike after I finished stream. I still can't even remember which coins were which, what I drew, because it all happened so fast. But I think I said the same thing. I think I said the same thing for Ethereum. Or obviously I did say the same for Ethereum. I think I said the same thing for Solana. So we'll obviously get onto it. I'm pretty excited to see what's going on there. So it seems like we did cross upwards to the upside. It seems very. It seems very. Sorry, you know, sometimes my spaghetti brain, what it's called, my words just leave me. It seems very similar to how Bitcoin moved. So what I'm kind of seeing right now is obviously we had the movement upwards, the bounce. Let me read you that actually. We had the movement upwards, the hover. It wasn't really hover actually. It was kind of a boom, boom, boom bounce, and then we had our movement upwards, bounce, bounce, movement downwards, movement upwards. Can you kind of see what I'm putting down? You know, similar with how Bitcoin. You know, we had our movement upwards. This wasn't really a hover; it was kind of a move down. We had our hover. Let's call it a hover. Then we had our move down to test, and then we came back up again. So, and that we've had our test, moving upwards, and now we're going to start to see Ethereum move downwards and then come upwards. So we can see that our market cipher is pretty much one-to-one with what Bitcoin is suggesting. Now, what I said, if you do remember, if you can bring your mind back 2 minutes ago, what I just said with market cipher and Bitcoin, you might remember that I said that the market cipher, the wave trend, is going to slowly move upwards past the 60 mark, suggested we're going to move downwards heavily. You know, everything's going to start to round out. We're going to come back down to test maybe 27,000, 26,800. Obviously, not 27,000. How is 2,700, 2,680. Ridiculous. I've got like a tickle in my throat. I don't know what's going on. Ever since I just started the stream, my throat is been hurting. So, do you know what it is? It's the little man inside of me who tells me all the answers, trying to get out. He's trying to crawl out my throat, but I'm not letting him. Anyway, that's this. So the wave trend of market cipher is looking one-to-one with Bitcoin. And what I said was we're going to cross the 60 mark, be up here, say, oh no, we're going to fall, and we're going to fall. Everything's going to go down, and then we're going to come to 2,680, and then come back upwards and see big wicks upwards. So my suggestion with what I said with Bitcoin is pretty similar to what I'm saying with Ethereum. However, I don't think we're going to hover. We might see ourselves actually start to come down a bit. We actually, you know, doing that. To be fair, I'm going to change this. let me change this. Actually, wait, no. Wait. Oh, click the wrong one. Wait. Copy. Do you know what? It looks the same, but it's a bit less. What's the word for it? A bit less ecstatic. Which suggests to me that we're gonna have this, but over a short period of time. However, the movement downwards is scarily accurate with the line I have. Huh? Who would have thought? So there we go. So this is the movement. There you go. Take it as you will. We're gonna hover, as everything else is gonna hover. We're gonna come down to 26.8 or 2680. Come up towards 28,000. Bosh. That's Ethereum. Oh, I forgot about this. Forgot about my magical indicators. Yeah, support. Yeah, whatever. Let me hide these. I don't need them. I want to be pure today. Comms. Put take profit. Yeah, I said that. Yeah, reverse. I'm just gonna. Well, for me, I'm just gonna put a short in and put a take profit because I'm probably not gonna wake up in time to put a reverse in. And I will lose all my money. So I'm just gonna put a short in and then put a take profit. And if I miss out on the movement upwards, hopefully, I'd rather me miss out and you guys win. Because, you know, it would feel better to me that I helped you guys win. Obviously not financial advice, but it'd feel better to me if I helped you guys win than it'd be just me winning. I've seen this pattern a lot of times with Bitcoin, so I've taken the Oracle. Thank you. I mean, I haven't really seen. I mean, obviously, you know, I've seen it. Do you want to wake you up again? Yes, actually, please do. You know what? Message the group. I leave my phone next to me. Message the group at 6:58 in the morning. I reverse my short. But yeah. Anyway, I'd rather obviously. What was I saying? Yeah, in terms of the pattern on Bitcoin, you know, I don't really do it like that. But you know, it gives me confidence that you have confidence in that pattern. So I'm pretty excited to go onto Solana now to see. I can't remember what I said, but let's have a look. It seems like I didn't actually say anything, but okay. Actually, we did it on Monday. No, I'm right. Oh, surprise, I'm right. Anyway, so what it seemed like to me is I'm thinking about Monday. Monday was about. Well, I think I did it about here. So we had our breaker block, which I talked about back here. We entered it and bounced off. I did talk about in the moment when I was looking at this, saying breaker blocks give a big boost in terms of moving upwards. Obviously, you know, a lot of things you look at, they all suggest the same thing, but for different reasons. So, for example, you could say, Bitcoin was going up, so this went up. Yeah, absolutely. But there was also a breaker block here. So if I was to never look at Bitcoin and just look at the breaking block and go, we're going to enter this and absolutely skyrocket up, it still happened. So always bear that in mind. You know, don't just copy someone else's setup one for one. Always try to make your own. You know, always try to make your own methodology. Anyway, going back to this. So we went upwards. So Monday. So it was about Monday 10 o'clock. So it was the price at the moment. It was about here. I was about here when I was covering the price. And I drew this line of resistance. So what happened? We went to resistance as I drew. You know, hovered a bit there, retracted, similar to how we saw with Bitcoin. You know, we had big green candles upwards, hovered, came down and tested price level down here, and then continued upwards. So similar with how there we go. Look at that. I have it in my roster. There we go. So I'm gonna have to make this a bit smaller because it's not really one for one. So we had our big green wicks upwards, our hoverage, our movement downwards, and our movement upwards, a bit lesser. I think it was a bit equal. Which one was it? It was like this. And then we had our green wick upwards, 2 green wicks, by the way. And we had our 2 green wicks, or just our general green wicks, bringing us up, you know, breaking this resistance point, and then making us hover. So, where can I see Solana going now? Well, similar with how everything in the market is. The market cipher is very similar. We have our momentum kind of hovering just below the 60 mark. VWAP coming upwards, about to cross the 0, bullish. Heavy green money flow, which is also having a positive movement, bullish. Obviously, being above the 0 mark in terms of the momentum is not very bullish. But it also depends on how far you are up above the 0 line. We're not above the 60 line, which is my critical area. But we could cross. I think, as I was saying, everything else, we could cross and see ourselves have a little canyon system where we're gonna come up and then print out and then come down. So similar to how I was saying with everything else. Move that to be applicable. So move that back here. Would you look at that? It's very similar. So now what's wait? Oh my god. Look at that. My hero, Simple Significance, has come to tell me that I'm right. Now, because what I was about to say was, we have our support here, and we have 114.5. However, when I copy-paste this pattern, which is what I've done on all the other charts, it had this area. Now, you might notice that this area is also our support point. So, by the sheer power of Simple Significance, it is telling us that we have this here. So, I'm torn now between us bouncing off 114.5 and then going upwards, or us, ignoring all this and then coming down, similar to how everything else is going to do, and then going upwards and then having our green wicks upwards, our green wicks upwards. Wicks upwards. Where's the line? There it is. So similar to how we've had with Bitcoin, Ethereum, and now Solana, have the same scenario. So I'm a bit 50-50 here. I'm sorry, I don't like being 50-50. I like having what's the word for it? Like will, no, not would, should, could. Will, still, chill. Not me, I don't chill. But you get the picture. 50-50 between it just hovering here and then going upwards, or doing, coming down, and then going upwards. I'm gonna start reading the comments now. Love Brogan. No, thank you. Love you. I love you all. It's very nice to see all these nice comments. Hopefully, you know, reciprocating it by the amazing TA and price action. Obviously, as our motto goes, we don't make you rich, keep you from staying poor. There you go. So you like that one. But anyway, I think we should move on. But hopefully, you know, again, as I always say, not financial advice. This is kind of how I see it going. I'm seeing a pattern with everything going on with the charts. Similar with Bitcoin, Ethereum, now Solana. We're kind of having this area we're in, crashing back down towards 111 and then coming back upwards to where we are right now, and then seeing ourselves have green wicks up. So the kind of the scenario where everything is right now is we're going to hover, we're going to come down a bit, and then we're going to come back up to where we are right now, and then we're going to have green wicks upwards towards, you know, upper 120, wherever it may be. Actually, that's a good point. I haven't actually said where we're going to go to. Now, I said this last time on Solana. There's not a lot really, you know, telling me where we're going to go. So I'm just going to draw a line at 120 because that's, you know, big line. And then my actual, I think this is fair value gap. No, it's just a supply area. Regardless, there's an area here, about a $2 area, $125. But $120, you know, that's all I can really go off in terms of where we're going to see our price go to at a maximum point for Solana. So hopefully, you know, hopefully I've given you good news. Hopefully you're not in a long, not financial advice. I'm not telling you to get out your long, but you know, with what I can see, because this isn't 100%. Nothing is ever 100%. But I'm normally really quite right. Not financial advice. I'm not voting or anything. Okay, I have dupe on my list because I think we talked about it not too long ago. I don't know if it was last stream or whenever it was. What chart was I on? This one? It might have been this. No, I did, what? Do you know what? My charts just disappear for some reason. I don't know why. I think. Oh no, I deleted it all because it wasn't going well. Everything's been going up. So we bounced off our support. We didn't actually get to 40% because we had our Bitcoin movement probably. We had moving upwards, but we did have a huge wick downwards. We had a huge wick downwards. You know, trying to close in at 40%, but we just couldn't quite get there. We couldn't get there with one wick, and unfortunately, you know, we're staying above. So that's a shame. But regardless, where we are right now, that's more important. With the 52.5 for dupe, highest we've seen, obviously we had a big wick upwards to 55 cents. So that's obviously where our resistance is going to be right now. In terms of what it looks like, what's quite interesting is Market Cipher for dupe looks like a very fast moving, a fast forwarded version of everything else. So if we ignore this area, if we ignore this like grey box, with Bitcoin and Ethereum Solana, our VWAP was just about to enter the zero. We had our money flow kind of going upwards, and then we had our momentum kind of arcing upwards. But it looks like we're ahead about, you know, a couple, like 3 points ahead. So looking now, we're heavily overbought, sorry. We're above the 60 mark. So, you know, my protocol suggests to me we should be going down. Obviously we went down here. We're going up. So we should maybe come down a bit soon. Money flow is heavily coming upwards. VWAP is starting to arc a bit, which is kind of the precursor to everything else kind of moving. So I'm gonna, obviously, you know, dupe hasn't really been moving how the market's been moving, and we've said that numerous times on streams, on like multiple streams, whether it be with me and Mike or just me trading by myself or doing TA by myself. But if I was to go off how the market should move, in terms of how, you know, how Ethereum, Solana, and Bitcoin are moving, we have our movement, and we have our hoverage, we have our bounce off our support, and then come up towards 55 cents. So, you know, you know, we've kind of had, you know, I'm just gonna draw this. I don't know. I'm trying to find a pattern. It just looks like a straight line currently, but it looks like a straight line, a dip down, and then maybe a straight line and a dip down, maybe. And our dip down is this. What else? What other patterns can we see? Can we see anything else? I mean, we could just draw a support line or a trend, a bullish trend line. I don't know what you want to call it. I don't know what's going on my throat. Trying to find if there's anything here really suggesting to me that something crazy is going to go. However, there is one of these patterns which I don't know the name of. Hopefully someone can help me out in the comments. I don't know, this will be like, what's it called? Dora the Explorer. You know, oh, where's the map? Where's the tree? What is this pattern? I can't remember it. I don't know what it's called. Hold on. But I'm pretty sure there's a pattern like this. I can't remember what the name of it is. Oh, I swear there's a pattern like this. Where it's like it's like this. It's like it's coming outwards. Like this one, like a triangle, but it's opposite of a triangle. I swear there's a pattern like that. So some of you will help me out here. I know this exists. I swear this exists. But I just can't remember if it's a bullish or a bearish. Here it is. Bearish. Oh no, it's a bearish. Wait, no. Doesn't really. Oh, there's so many things. I'm just trying to find if it's like. Okay, so we've come down, and now we're doing this thing. So we've come down. Oh, but that's not. All right, this might not. Okay, this might not be what we need it to be. That's a shame. But actually no, we're going upwards. Okay, never mind. You know what? I might need to. Might need to like ignore this. I'm trying to apply something which just isn't there. But you know, we kind of had this thing going on. It doesn't really look like it's a pattern of any sorts. So I'm going to delete it. But all I can really suggest is we might test support and go back up to 55 again. Dupe hasn't really been following any sort of protocol we've seen. Ascending the broadening wedge. What a savior. Let me go look that up. Broad ending. I can't spell. Look at that. Yes, that's basically what I'm talking about, yeah. But it comes from the top side. Okay, so let's try to apply this. But you're right. It's not really, actually. It's kind of just... you know what? Actually, let me go on the small time frames. We might see it a bit better. I think I'm trying to apply something which doesn't exist here, but yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's going to work. But thank you for telling them. It's not bearish moment. Draw a resistance line on 1 4-hour. We broke it. Let me have a look. Oh yeah, I know what you mean. So at this point here. Okay, well, what I can draw here then. Thank you for pointing that out. Is kind of something like this. You know, it was this order block, which we boom, 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 boom. You know, we try to test. We tested it here. Okay, you know what? Yeah, I'm liking this. I'm liking this. Okay, yeah, absolutely. Okay. So what could happen now is this scenario. You know, I've gone about this. I have talked about these numerous times. I keep on saying numerous times. I don't know why. Where we have our moving upwards, we have an entry to the midpoint, and then we move upwards. So where's this midpoint? 52. So let me go back on the 4-hour, or the 1 hour, sorry. Let me see if 52 is anything close. We've frozen. We together are that good. We have frozen the entirety of trading. We have stopped millions of people trading. We have ruined people's lives. We have caused people to not be able to trade anymore. Wow, that's how powerful Crypto Warehouse is. We've stopped people. We've stopped everybody from making money. I'm going to refresh. Oh, it's going to take me. Oh, it's going to take me back to Bitcoin. Oh. Maybe it's a sign from the higher ups to check the Bitcoin chart. Yeah. Thank you for pointing out the trend though. Let me go back to Spexy. There we go. Oh, it's written in. Do you know what? I would have said this anyway. Wow, isn't that amazing? I think I've already said this. I think we're just going to test support and then come upwards. Clip it. I think some streamers said that. Clip that. I said that. Hopefully someone can back me up here. I said that we were going to, because obviously I didn't really know what's going on. I just said we're going to test support and then come back upwards. Somehow everything else is going to do. Well, by Jason's reckonage of breaking this and staying above, hopefully we stay above, is we're going to be above this order block area, test back into the support point, which is what Symbol Significance has kindly provided. here. I don't even have my Cipher open. And we're going to test it, and then it's not a bullish breaker just yet. It's kind of an order block, but it's showing signs that we could become a bullish breaker block, and then come upwards, maybe towards 55 cent, where we saw here. There's nothing really upwards. I mean, maybe here, maybe 54.29 is where we last saw something going on over here. We saw it twice actually. So I think the next point, actually we didn't see it twice. I'll draw a square. Squares make it easier because you can allow for error. There we go. I'll just put it like there. So that's about 54 cents. Okay, so the way I kind of see it going is if we hold ourselves above this trend and break it, then it will be a breaker block. If we can print out, so this is the 4 hour. So 1 a.m. So wait, when did this start? When did this candle start? An hour ago. So in 3 hours, if we're able to print above this order block in 3 hours, I think within the next couple 4 hours, we'll enter back into the order block. Maybe towards towards 52 cent, or wherever my support points suggested, and then just surge back upwards towards 54 cent is where I kind of see it go for Jupiter. Go back to 1 hour. That's kind of how I see it going. Go above, and and obviously, again, I always point this out. Arrows are never. These are just trends. These aren't telling the future and how long it's going. It's going to take 3.26 hours to move like this. No, it's just a trend. It's just a general move upwards, test and move upwards again type of thing. It's not like anything special. So hopefully, if we print above, if not, it just. I mean, either way, we're above this support point. Like, think about it. Like bounce, 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 fell, bounce, fell, or bounce again, fell, bounce, fell, broke. We broke it. So this is a really strong resistance point, which is now support. So regardless of if we do print above this this order block, we're still not going to move too low. So it doesn't really matter anyway. I think we're going to go up for Dupe. I'm long, not financial advice. No, this is financial advice. No one should do this, but it's looking like it's going to go anywhere, especially with what's going on in the market. Again, like I've said, Jupiter doesn't really follow the market too well. But come on, it's not going to go anywhere crazy anytime soon. So I think it's going to go up. Let me check the screen. So Jason, you think, okay, I'm glad we can agree. But thank you, Salvatore. Thank you very much for telling me the name of that general trend. I was trying to apply it to Jupe. It wasn't really bouncing too proper. It wasn't really having because if I go to it, it wasn't really bouncing. It was kind of just a straight line upwards. But regardless, thank you anyway. So the next I'm going to quickly look at API 3. I just want to see quickly how we're doing. I don't know where I drew the graph from, will I? Is it okay? Why do my drawings disappear? I don't know where I am. Oh my god. I don't know where. Why am I on perpetuals? That's probably why, isn't it? It's never that simple. There we go. Okay, what did I say? Okay, I think I was right. I think I said, well, the short was correct. You would have got, your percentages. I can't remember if I said we were going to go down then go up again. Regardless, I was right on this. So, if you did it, what we do to you? But it looks like we've been rocketing upwards. We should retract. Look how overbought we are. And we've got negative money flow and everything's negative. Again, this is a lower. Obviously, I don't really know too much about API. I'm not gonna lie. I don't really know if it. I don't know if it really follows the market too well. I'm not really sure. About that. But considering we've been going up, consistently upwards since 5 o'clock today. How much have we gone up? So we've gone up 23% in the last 5 hours. That's pretty crazy. We're due time to go down, especially with how market cipher's looking. VWAP going down, this going down, this going down. Okay, so short position. Target back at support. Stop loss. I don't even know. Maybe have what's a good ratio? A 3 ratio. Maybe a 4. 4's pretty healthy. You could always be wicked. So how much was this wick in percentage? 1.7. So if I go back to here, do a 1.7 movement. We'll do 1.8. So there. So about here, yeah. So you could do this. You get 10.5%, pretty decent. USD, please. I'm very poor. Well, if you have any capital, maybe try this trade out. You know, you might get some money. Obviously not financial advice, but you know, if you do a 10x on this, that's 100% or 105%. You might double your money. Who knows? Your stop loss would be 2.7% down, so you'd lose 27%. A 4 risk to reward ratio is pretty good. Again, we've been going up pretty constantly. We've started to see a red wick down, but again, it could be a quick wick downwards. So I obviously wouldn't put crazy confidence in this. But again, you know, the difference between back here and now, like, look, like, even if we went to here, like, let's say this candle, when we started, we've gone up 4 times. Momentum was only really at 57. VWAP is still going upwards. Obviously, money flow was pretty down still, but it's kind of hovering. So, but the difference is VWAP starts to go down, and the market, what's it called? The momentum starts to, it arcs after a bit after VWAP, so it starts to come across. So, you know, obviously, maybe don't put us in trading immediately. This is just, you know, kind of guesswork, but maybe, I don't know, it depends what you want to do. I mean, a 2 ratio isn't actually that bad either. So that'd be 5%. So, because there could still be room for one more. This is guesswork because I don't know if API3's ever seen these sort of prices. I can't really go off a previous price point. But looking at this line, like, it should go down. Again, considering the fact that Bitcoin and Ethereum all should go down, I'm decently confident in this. My one issue about if you were to take this trade is how long would it take? You know, is there still a wick in it to go upwards? Money flow still kind of going. It's rough to say, but you know, we're at the 90 mark. If we start to go down for API3, we should come crashing down. Maybe not as far as our support point. I'd put confidence in $4 maybe, is what I might say. But that's me. So that you know, you could make a short trade on an API3. This is all. This should, you know, do your own research, because this is not guesswork per se, but this is kind of like iffy. It's iffy, you know. This isn't confirmed. There could still be a candle upwards. You could get stopped out, but you know, it'd be a pretty good return. It'd be, you know, 8.25%. Or obviously, if you do some leverage, maybe let's say a 10x. 10x is pretty good. 82%. It's pretty good money. You know, considering this was pretty good money as well. Obviously, it was. I think I said do a higher leverage because I'm pretty confident in this. But obviously, that's that. But actually, when did I put the trade in? Was it back here? That's 9 AM. It couldn't have been then. It must have been here. Was it a stop out here? I don't know. It happened. It might actually, no. To be fair, no, you wouldn't. You know, actually, you wouldn't have got stopped out. It'd be very close, but you still would have made the money. So I was technically right. Technically right. But it was a 1-to-1 ratio. You would have won, but you know, again, doing research. But this could look like a decent trade. You know, I could stick it in maybe. I'll probably do it after stream. I'll probably screenshot it in Telegram. If I end up doing some of these trades that I'm suggesting, I'll put it in Telegram. Obviously, some of you I know can't go to Telegram, but I'll probably do it after the fact. Hello, Rogan. Didn't know you guys stream at night. Yeah, so obviously Mike streams in the morning. Obviously, we sometimes stream on like Wednesday or Friday for giveaways or whatever it may be. But Mike normally streams in the morning, and I do trading streams at night. So yeah, so I do stream at night. It's only Monday, Wednesday, Friday. But anyway, let's look at Nutritionals. Kishan, go to warehouse. Love you. If people understand they are millionaire in the next few weeks, I mean, I'd hope we'd have that influence to be able to make people millionaires. But I mean, you know, obviously we're not like we don't sell like a course or anything. But you know, if we do trades and you know, if you ask for a trade and we do it and you draw and you know make some money on it, obviously we always suggest, not financial advice, do your own research. But you know, if we help people, then you know, that's all I ask. It looks like we are actually starting to come down. Obviously, we need to kind of print out though, in a bit, in like maybe 43 minutes, whenever this candle closes, we need to start to kind of come down. But it's looking like, you know, our candle is already moving down pretty hefty. But I'll put the trade in maybe in a bit. But again, if you guys want like any coins, you know, doing any trading on any, or not trading, but chart drawing on any coins, put it in the chat. I'm doing BNB now, as per Jason's request. So this is the last coin as well. So if you do have any coins you want me to look at, you know, chop chop. You know, it's getting towards the end of the stream. Now I can't remember if I've already drawn a chart on BNB. I think I have, but I don't know. I swear I've already. Not that we've already covered it, and I'm not going to do it again. But I just want to see what I've already said. Oh, there we go. Okay, what are we looking at? Okay. Oh yeah. So what was this? Friday. Was this I don't know. What's just... Well, it's old news. Let's delete it. As the old me. This worked though. That's pretty good. Okay, there we go. So what's going on with BNB? Let's have a look. Okay, so again, similar market cipher structure. Similar market structure. Like I said, we've seen this pretty consistently over, even with Jupe, Solana, Ethereum, Bitcoin. I don't know if we saw that with. No, we didn't see that with API free. But again, we see it now with BNB. It's kind of, you know, momentum kind of coming down a bit and then starting to arc up a bit towards the upper end. As I've suggested, Bitcoin and everything else is going to do. We are looking like we're going to continue to go upwards. Or not continue to go, but in terms of our momentum. Money flow is heavily upwards for BNB. Really heavy gradient upwards, really heavy green. VWAP is positive and going upwards. We're very bullish on market cipher B from what it seems like. However, we are very oversold. So as I've suggested previously in other coins, we might have some of this scenario kind of hovering at this resistance point or support point, and then maybe a huge move upwards or a move downwards, possibly breaking this high level. Let me see. Okay, we've got something here. Actually, let me do array. It's a bit easier. Search price. Okay, there we go. So we've got about $330. About $330 for BNB as a support point there. I'm just want to point that out because if the price action acts how I think everything else is going to do, which I think it is going to do, we could see ourselves possibly not keeping up above this support point. However, I'm seeing equal candles here, which suggests an order block. I'm going to kind of point that out as well. However, can I set the opacity or something? It's like not have it as okay, maybe not. But you know, obviously, I don't want to be too crazy. Like, it's an order block, we're not going to move. But again, you know, we're quite tight for. It's looking like we're quite tight for, you know, BNB, but it looks like we are staying below this $333.7 area for BNB. We bounced off it back here within the day, came below, and then bounced up. Obviously, it hasn't printed out yet, but it seemed like we're bouncing-ish off it right now as we speak. In terms of if it, and this is the question, because we see these, you know, we've had this huge green constant movement pretty much the whole day since about 6 a.m. of just constant green for BNB, breaking this resistance point, turning it to support. You know, we're due a movement downwards, as most things are. If it moves how, and this as I was about to say, this green movement isn't very, you know, isn't familiar with any of the other coins in the market, like Solana, Ethereum, you know, Bitcoin, kind of the main dogs. They're all kind of done the same thing, but it actually hasn't done this. You know, it hasn't moved like this. So my suggestion, which I was about to make, which was if everything else moves how I think it's going to move, we're going to break below the support point and then come towards $330 and then probably come back upwards again. You know, we're due a move downwards, like I said, but it hasn't moved how the market's moved. So my suggestion may be varied. We do have this order block. I'm not really confident in this. I'm going to delete it. I'm just going to ignore it for now. However, I will draw a line here, as it does seem something pretty consistent with over here, which is about $331.50. But if it's very rough. This is quite a rough graph, considering how we have a resistance. So I might suggest it might have to be a red, green, blue pill. I don't like doing these. Okay, you know what? No, it's gonna. I think it might come down to here and then come up again, due to how the market's due to how the market is due to move, and everything of the sort. It's hard to say. this has actually been the hardest one to draw today. You know, it shouldn't be that hard, but it's seeming like a rough graph. It's all very close knit and close together. I noticed we were following Bitcoin, but we're doing 0.5% of the Bitcoin. I don't know actually. Actually, no, I can do that. I can do this, can't I? Genius. That's okay. Oh, actually, this works. Actually, to be fair, yeah, the move. Move. Oh, move that way. Okay, well, this isn't quite what I had in mind. It does look like it though. Actually, yeah, maybe. Yeah, it looks pretty. Yeah, that looks pretty accurate. It does look pretty much 0.5%. I mean, considering we're 9.26 for Bitcoin, we were 4.5 just then. So it is looking like pretty much half the movement of Bitcoin. So, per my suggestion of how the market's supposed to move and how Bitcoin I think is definitely going to fall, I'm pretty confident in that. I think we could fall. So, if we can find out the percentage of Bitcoin's move downwards and apply it to BNB, we might find our answer. So, quickly move back to here. Find out our movement downwards since right now. Actually, let me go from this line because I want to go from the top points, which is where we are right now. Oh, I hate the measure tool. It never works how I want it to work. There we go. So we've got a 3.22 move downwards from what I see here. So, BB. so that's about 1.5. Oh, look at that. It was about was it 3 or was it 2 point something? Anyway, regardless, we've got about a 1.5 move roughly downwards to here. Unless we find 12% for Bitcoin, yes. Then we go down more. Yeah, I mean, as we've been saying, pretty much the majority of the stream in terms of the Bitcoins, as your suggestion is very accurate in terms of BNB and Bitcoin following each other, or BNB following Bitcoin by half. If my suggestion is accurate, by a 2 point, I think it was a 2 point something move downwards, about a 3% mostly, 2 point something move downwards for Bitcoin projected. If we do move half, which it does seem like we are, as you said, if we move half from BNB as we do Bitcoin, which would be roughly 1.25, 1.5, that movement brings us down to the line which I suggest down here. So I think this the only thing shrouding me is this support point we have here. But if we ignore it, I think we should probably move down to, obviously it might be a bit rocky, we might bounce off this and then come down again, something like that. But I think the general movement will be us meeting at the 330 mark, 329 mark, and then coming back up towards 335 probably. Obviously it could go up more. I mean, again, we could probably find out how much Bitcoin's going to go up and apply that to this. It'd be pretty scary if it actually was similar. So we have, it's okay, so it's about a 3% move upwards, so 1.5. Obviously that is before the big green wicks, which I predict. Nearly 1.64. It's roughly, obviously it's not going to be 1-to-1, but 1.5 and 1.64 pretty close. So if it was a 1.5 movement, it would bring us to the midpoint of my line, which is about 334.3. So this box is kind of where I see, well, to be fair, we've actually seen 334 as a resistance point already. So if I draw that here, we've bounced off it twice already. This is pretty scary accurate. I actually might move this down then. And that's pretty accurate. So yeah, there you go. That's pretty cool. That is actually very cool. Check the comments quickly on Binance. Okay, cool. Sorry, Mike and Brogan. It's not my mistake, please. It's fine, Kishan. You don't have to, spend. You don't have to be a member. You're Kishan. All right. Being here is all that matters. If you again, we always say, oh yeah, if you have the facilities to be a member, you already have been a member. We don't have your facilities. We greatly appreciate the support. You don't have to be a member. You don't have to be a member constantly. For us, forever. You can just being here and chatting and being part of the stream, for me anyway, obviously I think pretty much for Mike as well, it's all that matters. Everything else is more than more than enough thanked for. But you know, you don't have, again, just being here is what matters to me. So it doesn't matter. I don't mind. You know, you don't have to be a member for 13 months. Just being here, you don't have to worry about it. But yeah, no, yeah, I know it's that is, you know, that is a pretty accurate reckon from you, Jason. After Bitcoin, that is, you know, that's a great find. I don't know. I haven't really. I don't. You know, to be fair, I don't really look at percentage movements like that. I might have to, from what you've just said and what this is laid out to be, I might have to look at percentages more in terms of movement between, you know, Bitcoin and other coins. But anyway, yeah. So that's what I see for BNB. Obviously, you know, take that as you will, not financial advice, but it's pretty accurate between Bitcoin's movement and BNB. We've already had our bounce here, which we saw with, I think, with Solana, where it had, if I go Solana, we had our bounce and then we had our hover. Well, I think we're going to still hover and then come down again. Actually, what movement is this? 5.3. I don't know what the ratio between Bitcoin and... I'm not going to go into it. It seems like not a rabbit hole, but it seems like a big spiral. But I'm not going to go into the percentage changes between Solana and Bitcoin. Obviously, I think there's maybe a larger ratio on the Solana side. But I think it was a 3%. Now this is a... I'm not going into it. It doesn't matter. I think... everything's majority. I think everything apart from API free and Dupe are gonna have the same. No, I think Dupe has. Hold on, let me get back to it. It wasn't the case, was it? There we go. Everything kind of has the same movement, like of the upwards, the bounce. Obviously, I know this is a general movement of upwards, bounce, upwards again, but everything seems to have the same kind of general movement from what it seems like. So. Yeah, I'm pretty excited to see what's going to happen tomorrow. Obviously, I will keep everything posted in Telegram or wherever it may be. We could maybe even do... Obviously, I will definitely look at all this again on Friday. Obviously, I think I'm streaming on Friday. Obviously, we're streaming on Saturday as well. I could maybe look at it Saturday, but I do definitely want to look at this, see what the outcome is. But everything seems like it's kind of moving the same way. If I'm quickly going to get the API-free chart up again, just to see it in the background, just to see what's going on with it. Yeah, it's still doing great. I can't remember what was it. Okay, it's here. There we go. Yeah, again, we do have a green. We're kind of hovering. So like I said before I left API free, don't put the trade in just yet. I'm still, you know, I'm not 100% on it, but it's looking like we could have some sort of short movement soon. So I might after the stream, might watch this a bit. I might put some screenshots on Telegram or whatnot. I'm probably gonna watch the API free chart a bit just to make sure, you know, just to see when I think the entry might be quite soon for this if there is a short. But again, things are going to be going down very soon. So regardless of when I get into it, you know, if everything starts to move down, I'm pretty sure this will start to move down as well. So I'll keep this posted as well because this, you know, everything, you know, I'd always want to know what the Bitcoin chart's going to do and what the Bitcoin price is. But you know, when you have a lower cap coin, which you know, you can get a lot more out of it. You know, in terms of percentages, like a 10% movement. So I'm going to keep this posted. So yeah, so. I think that's pretty much it. I'm trying to think. I don't think there's much more. I don't think there's anything in the description or anything. I think that's it. I don't have much to say. I've already said check the descriptions. I've already done my checklist of checking everything. So I can check the comments. You know, one more time. Too late. I put very little just to check your analysis. What? Well, too late. I just put very little. What's too late? So I think I'm missing something. Every time I click this, it minimizes everything. Oh. There we go. Oh, right. Too late. Oh, okay. Oh, right. Too late. Right. Okay, I get it. Yeah. Sorry. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. So. Yeah, I mean, I hope it goes down from here. Obviously, like I said, it's still, as I was saying while I was talking about it, I think it probably still has some more room to move. I'm still iffy on it. I do see some movement. Oh, I'm glad you put very little. But again, there's a storm in the forecast, which suggests to me that it's going to move up. Which I think I know what's happened, Jason. I think. Now that everyone knows you have a short, and I think everyone might have known. Some people might put shorts. I think everyone collectively within Crypto Warehouse's stream right now, I think they've all started to put buys and longs in, because that's the power we have. So I'm sorry, unfortunately, the grain has been gone against. But yeah, it's looking very close to stop loss. No. Oh no. Okay, you know what? Don't worry. I'm like I said, I'm going to be sitting on this chart even after the stream. So I'm going to be putting screenshots. I'm going to be watching this, waiting for it to happen, to see. So actually, I could probably sit on the 15-minute as well just to see what's that like. It's still, yeah, everything's still looking like it's going to go up. Again, it's quite low cap. Things are happening. So yes, it's looking rough. But I'm going to watch it. I think that there's a shorting coming soon. Even if it doesn't happen now, it'll happen within Bitcoin, or within when Bitcoin moves and everything else moves. When the market moves in a certain, everything like that, I think we're generally going to see a downwards movement for API 3. So hopefully you can make your money back off that. But hopefully I'm glad you put. Hopefully you put a stop loss in from a ratio, a free ratio, wherever it was. Obviously I don't know if you put leverage or anything. I don't know the situation, but hopefully it wasn't too crazy amount. So you can reinvest into it when the time comes. And make your money back plus more. So hopefully. But you have so much power. Now we're going to be careful. I know. It's dangerous. With great power comes great responsibility. But yes, regardless. Andy, smash the like button. Yes, absolutely. Smash the like button. Yes. Show your support. If you're here, smash the like button to show you are here and a strong member of the stream. Hopefully you guys enjoy your streams. I enjoy these streams. I enjoy them in the charts. I like to try and come prepared. What I try and come prepared with enough coins to cover a good stream, but have enough room where people can suggest things and we can have a good chat about things, after we cover it. But it's always nice to have people who are actually like Jason, Kishan, like people here, who are proper talking about every single chart. It's nice to have back and forwards about what I'm doing and what they're doing. But thank you, regardless of anything. Thank you for all of your comments. Thank you for being here. More importantly, thank you for spending time out of, I'm sure everyone has busy schedules and, taking time out of your day. For some of you it might be very, very important. So thank you for watching the stream. Have won good money today. That's good. Hopefully, you know what? If I've made you plus, if I've made you in the green than red, that's all I care about. Enjoy your streams more than Mike. I'm glad. You know what we said before the stream? What was it? He's here right now. I can't remember what he said. No, he's right here. He did not go to sleep. What was it? What did he say? I think he said there was more people waiting for my stream than was his. It's probably the time of day. But thank you so much for watching. Obviously, again, not financial advice. If you do want to take these trades, for yourself, please make sure you're doing it off your own back. I take it back. Oh, that's not. Now, you've dug yourself a hole here because that's not nice on me. And now you think my streams aren't that good. Wow, honestly, you put yourself in a hole here, and you're not getting out of it. But again, yes, thank you all for being here. Hopefully, got some good trades in. So, it's the best place to join through YouTube or the VIP Club on your site. So the VIP Club, I'm developing that, and I'm very busy right now. I've got quite a lot of things that I'm doing. Not just Crypto Warehouse, but externally as well. But when I finish all that and my plate's a bit clearer, I will be continuing development of the VIP Club. So that is currently, still under maintenance. I'll probably put a page up that's under maintenance. So you haven't signed up for no reason. It is gonna be, it's gonna be big, okay? Because there are some YouTuber websites for crypto stuff. They're pathetic. They don't really do a lot. I mean, I don't know about all of them. So there might be some good ones, but they don't really do much. So we're trying to provide something quite big to be like a hub of general use for you. Obviously it's not paid, you just sign up and you can use it. Obviously that'll just be in the future. But I don't know what I just pressed. I'm now on the S&P 500. But the best place is going to be the YouTube. Obviously if you're not in our Telegram, scroll down to the description. There'll be a Telegram link. That is probably also one of the most important places to go to because that's where we always are. I post screenshots. We can talk there if you have any questions, all of that. But in terms of just joining us on a general basis, YouTube. If you're on Binance as well, we're on Binance. YouTube normally the best place to go to because we can actually talk to you pretty easily. But goodbye. I need to go. Goodbye, Jason. Thank you. I'm also going to go right now. So thank you all so much for running. And if you haven't subscribed, please click subscribe. We all spend quite a lot of time either watching or doing. So it would support both of us if you subscribe. So please consider it. but paid membership is through YouTube. Yeah, it's through YouTube. There are some membership videos. I think there might be a trailer or like a little explanation video, which I think we recorded in the area. So, but yeah, YouTube for the terms of the membership is the area where you get like content, locked behind something, and it just shows general support. So if you do want to do it, thank you very much. But the VIP club, the sign up's free. We are going to be integrating memberships within it. Obviously, it's a big thing. I think there might be some information in Telegram. If you do go join Telegram, you can go ask Mike as well. I believe he has a document explaining quite a lot of it. But if you want to join us and kind of be within us right now, YouTube and Telegram are the best places. The VIP club will be developed through time, and it will become something pretty big, hopefully. So, with all that being said, I've delayed the outro even longer. If you do want any of these charts or screenshots, whatever, go to Telegram. If you want to see anything, updates, whatever you want, just go to Telegram, go ask. I'll get back to you. But with all that being said, thank you so much for watching. I think I'm gonna start adopting. I've just closed the chat. I don't know where it's gone now. I think I might adopt the good night, good evening, goodbye kind of phrase there. So in acts, good night, good evening, good night, goodbye. Goodbye.